John Calvin, Select Letters, Episode 28. Males forte me aliquid de tam praecisa severitate remittere, verdum quam justam causam habuerim re bene perpensa et cognita judicabis. As Calvin continues, he says to Melanchthon, "You would prefer, perhaps, that I, a little bit or somewhat, from such a sharp severity, that I would relent, remittere, but how just I consider my cause, re bene perpensa et cognita, when the matter has been carefully thought about and considered, you will judge, judicabis." So we begin with males, which is a second singular. It's an imperfect subjunctive active from the irregular verb malo, male. And this subjunctive here is being used independently. It is the main verb in the sentence, and it is a potential subjunctive. Forte is an adverb, so malo is a combination of magis and volo. So it means not merely to desire, but to desire more. In other words, to prefer. So Calvin says to Melanchthon, perhaps you would prefer that I, now we're going to get an object clause, so it's me remittere. Me is the subject, masculine, singular, and accusative of the infinitive remittere. So perhaps you would prefer that I relent, aliquid, somewhat. Aliquid here is a neuter singular accusative, and it is being taken adverbially, that I relent somewhat or a little bit, de, and then de through severitate is all one phrase. Severitate is a feminine singular ablative, object of the preposition de. It's modified by praecisa, which means precise or sharp or pointed, and praecisa is modified by the adverb tam. So perhaps you would prefer that I relent a little bit from such strict severity. Then the second sentence begins with verdum, which is an adversative. It's about as strong as said. But, now the main verb here is judicabis. First, however, we have an indirect question. Again, this is an interrogatio obliqua, an indirect question. But just how right, quam justam, I consider habuerim, my case or my cause, causam. So habuerim is a first singular, perfect, subjunctive, and active from the second conjugation verb habeo, habere. So just how right or proper I consider my cause. The object of habuerim is causam, feminine singular accusative, which is modified by justam, obviously, and quam is taken as an adverb. You will judge that, judicabis. This is the second singular, future indicative active, from the first conjugation verb judico, judicare, like that. And what about this portion, the re bene through cognita? Well, this portion I am taking as an ablative absolute. We have here re as the feminine singular ablative. It's a fifth declension noun. It's modified by perpensa and cognita, which are the same gender, number, and case, and these are participles, and they are from perpendo and from cognosco, respectively. So once this subject, once the re has been pondered carefully, bene, has been carefully weighed and considered, re bene perpensa et cognita, judicabis, you will form a conclusion, you will judge how proper, quam justam, or how right, I consider my case, causam. That is, the severity that he is using with those persons mentioned in the previous episode.
If you enjoyed that little video lesson, please go ahead and subscribe for us, click the bell, and so forth. Check out the other videos on this page, leave a comment, and please be sure to check out our Patreon page as well.